Travel and tourism is perhaps one of the worst hit sectors in the last couple of years, and obviously that's because of COVID-19 and the challenges that COVID-19 has brought with it. People have been fearful to travel. We saw that kind of a hit take place in the beginning of this year as the Omicron wave also surfaced in a large way. But with those cases receding, we are seeing a boom in tourism. The latest numbers are showing us that capacities in airlines are almost back to pre-COVID levels. Hotel occupancies have gone up. Even bookings on IRCTC are close to pre-COVID levels. Now, to what extent can this be sustained? To speak on this, I'm joined today by Himank Tripathi of EaseMyTrip. Sankalp Agarwal of TravelTriangle.com is also with us on the show. And I'm also speaking with Ajay Awtaney. So welcome to all of you. And thank you so much for speaking with us this evening on the India development debate. Himank, let me come to you first to get a perspective. We know that the data is showing that, passenger loads have improved dramatically on flights. Are you also seeing that with bookings? And is all of this fueled largely still by leisure travel, or is there a business travel element to it as well?
I think both are there, but dominantly, it's a leisure travel where we have seen a strong pent-up demand coming up. And the best case to tell you right away is the Holy Weekend that was just concluded, where we have seen, the leisure travel booking gone up by almost 40 to 50%. That just shows the kind of positive travel sentiment that travelers have right now. It looks very positive.
Do you agree? What kind of bookings are we seeing? And the fact is that prices have also gone up. Because of an increase in demand. We know that fare tickets have gone up, booking rates have gone up. Is this deterring travelers at all, Sankalp?
No, I think so. As it is known that there's a massive pent-up demand in the market, right? So that is point number one. And the point number two is that it's the first occasion where summer vacations and there is no COVID scare is present, right? After last 2 years, right? So everyone has got a mind frame of traveling in this zone of time, right? So I think both of the tailwinds are pretty much powerful to not deter people from booking anything, right? They just want to go out. It's the best time to travel. So that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah. Ajay, how would you look at the kind of rush that we're seeing at this point, and how sustainable do you think it is? Because we've seen travel picking up once again around November, and then, the COVID numbers started growing as well. That spooked people. Do you think this is now a more well-rounded, robust kind of a return to travel with more people now with double vaccines?
Hi, Tamanna. Yes, at this point of time, that's what it looks like. So if you look at the data, at least with respect to air travel, it hit the bottom, I think, somewhere in the end of January. And since then, over the past 7 weeks odd, the numbers have continuously gone up and up. And now we are entering the season where obviously summer term vacations will start. So a lot of people will want to travel on leisure. That is one contributing factor going forward. Obviously, this March, April, May kind of season is also where a lot of festivals happen and there are a lot of long weekends. So people will be propelled to travel on the back of that as well. Plus, coming back to your question to Himank earlier, business travel is back as well. It might not be back in the same proportions as we might have seen before COVID. But there is a step up. People want to start doing physical meetings again. Physical events are back, and hence people are beginning to travel for business as well. So overall, I believe, hopefully, if there is no next variant or next wave, there should be a well-rounded return to travel at this point of time.
Yeah, so, that's the ET Now story. In the next 40 odd days, we're likely to come back to pre-COVID levels. And of course, it depends on whether there's going to be another wave or not. But I want to understand how robust really this recovery is. In the sense, Himank, are you seeing people, spending more and willing to spend more?
The answer is absolute yes. Let me give you a perspective on this. See, before pandemic, the priorities were different. Travelers were more focused on having affordable quotient attached to it. That's their number one priority. But now it's changed. The number one priority for the travelers that we have seen is sanitization and safety. They don't want to compromise on that. And that is the reason, Tamanna, we have seen the increase in terms of booking for 4-star, 5-star properties going up tremendously. People are just focusing on safety and sanitization right now, more than looking for the budget quotient as such. So that's one trend that we are seeing. Another, quickly, I just want to add on it. The phenomena that we were seeing last year, which is revenge travel, is going to sustain for this year as well. Apart from that, there is another phenomena, which is like there's no tomorrow. People would like to just book the tickets and go. So last minute bookings are going up. The numbers has gone up. So that's another thing that we have seen within the travelers right now.
Minute bookings are going up. People are willing to just pay more and go. Sankalp, is the kind of travel also changing? We had seen this whole staycation, homestay kind of rush which had been observed during the first and second wave. Is that now easing?
I think the number of people who can travel is gradually increasing year on year. It's just that the people could not travel. So all the trends are moving north at this point of time, right? Given there is ability to travel, right? That's the larger theme right now. So everything is going north. Nothing is of that sort that it's not. It's going dipping or something of that sort, right? Vacations are going up. People have actually changed the flexi policies to work at office, right? So that they can attract more employees for who are in favor of vacation. The whole tech industry is seeing that change right now, and people are debating upon whether what is a better approach, right? So the fact of matter is, as of now, as we sit in this quarter, all things are pointing towards the positive direction, that everything is growing. And I continue to see that as a larger trend, given, if you see from a larger perspective, the country was shut down for 150 days predominantly, then 100 days, and then to 50 days, right? So now if the COVID intensity doesn't increases, right? So the maximum impact we can assume is of, 40, 50 days. And if you have to see from a consumer mindset, right? So that doesn't mean much impact on the overall market, right? Because in a year, if there are 50 days when our destination is closed, nobody cares that much, right? They will still find a way to travel out, right? So people will travel in the remaining 10 months. Everyone will travel, right? So I see that all the trends should go north, given, not a very high COVID intensive wave comes.
Ajay, what do you see in terms of two factors? One is sustainability, and the second is it going to start costing more to travel? I mean, the key impact perhaps of increased crude prices, increased ATF costs have not yet even been fully passed on when it comes to, say, air passengers.
So first on your sustainability part, I think what we are going to see is personally, I believe that there will be a delta shift in the way the world, at least India, travels at this point of time. Earlier, and I think we've discussed this in the past, earlier people had a specific time and place when they used to travel. What's changed now is, and as the other panelists have already mentioned to you, is that these work from home policies are here to stay for many set of people. So what they want to do is now they want to, instead of work from home, they also can work from anywhere. So they want to go to the mountains and work from there for 2 weeks, or go to the beaches, whatever their preferences are. So I think that's a new kind of travel that is coming to the fore that we've never seen before, and this will be in play as long as companies don't decide that everyone wants to get back into the office fully. And many companies have gone fully remote and fully flex time. So that may not happen ever in our lifetime. That's number one. In terms of the pricing, I think pricing is a function of availability and demand and everything. So as long as demand matches supply, ticket prices are going to be high. I don't think but if you still want to travel affordably, you just need to plan 15, 20, 30 days in advance rather than deciding today that you want to get on a plane, let's say in the next 3 days or 5 days. I think ticket prices on a 15 or 30 day bracket are still very much affordable. And if crude basically sharply rises from here, airlines will have no option but to increase prices. But at this point of time, let's also remember that this Government of India mandate with floors and caps on T minus on 15-day pricing still exists. So tickets within 15 days of travel will still have a certain minima and maxima between which they can be priced. So it's not going to really go out of whack, I think, in the coming few weeks, unless this pricing power is returned to the airlines.
Yep. So we are in for interesting times. As of now, there has definitely been an uptick in people wanting to go out. And I guess, people are also spacing themselves in that lag between waves. No one knows when the next bout is going to hit. So those who can do definitely want to travel. It's good for the industry. Thank you so much to all of you for joining us on this leg of the show today and just getting a sense of where the travel industry is going.